Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Awards Gambit. I hope everybody had a nice holiday season, and I hope everyone's 2025 is off to a great start. I am here today to talk about the 2025 Golden Globe Awards and who I think is going to win in the film categories. I am extremely excited for the Golden Globes this Sunday. Sort of like an awards season kickoff. It's our first major televised awards ceremony. And so I cannot wait to see what movies and people take the lead in some of our closer and more unpredictable races. By all means, why don't we get started with the predictions? For Best Motion Picture Drama, the nominees are A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Nickel Boys, September 5, and The Brutalist. My prediction for this category is The Brutalist. It has 7 nominations here at the Golden Globes, more than any other drama this year. I haven't seen it yet, but I keep seeing it being described as monumental and epic, and I'm very eager to see it so I can see for myself what I think. I definitely think that it is in a good position to win this category. I think Conclave is definitely number 2 behind it. I could definitely see that taking it. It's been doing very well across the board among audiences and critics. I personally loved it myself. I thought it was very good. I saw A Complete Unknown the other day, and I thought maybe for a second that that could win this category. It was giving major Bohemian Rhapsody vibes, and Bohemian Rhapsody won this category in a surprise back in 2019. However, the Golden Globes have a different voting body now than they did back then. I feel like that year was also a weaker year, so I'm definitely going to stay with The Brutalist. I would definitely watch out for that Conclave upset, though. For Best Actor in a Motion Picture Drama, the nominees are Adrian Brody for The Brutalist, Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing, Daniel Craig for Queer, Ralph Fiennes for Conclave, Sebastian Stan for The Apprentice, and Timothée Chalamet for A Complete Unknown. For this category, I'm going to go with Timothée Chalamet. He gave a really great performance as Bob Dylan. The Golden Globes cannot resist a good biopic performance. I think of Austin Butler winning for Elvis a couple years ago. I think of Taron Egerton winning for Rocket Man. Obviously, Rami Malek won for Bohemian Rhapsody. And I feel like Timothée Chalamet is next in line to win for a music biopic performance. I also think that people just love Timothée Chalamet. He's proving to be one of the biggest movie stars of his generation. He's also in Dune Part 2. He's the lead in 2 Best Film Drama Motion Picture nominees here at the Golden Globes. I really do think Timothée Chalamet will win this award. However, Adrian Brody, I think, could easily win this. Many experts are predicting him. They're saying he gives the performance of the year and that he's excellent in The Brutalist. I can't wait to see it. However, he didn't win this category in 2003 for The Pianist when he won the Oscar. So even if he lost this category, he could still go on to win the Oscar. I also could see a small chance of Ralph Fiennes winning. He has a really good overdue narrative. He gave an excellent but subtle performance in Conclave. And if Conclave does end up winning Best Film Drama, I definitely think that Ralph Fiennes could win Best Actor Drama too. So that's definitely something to look out for, but I feel confident in my prediction that Timothée Chalamet will win this category. For Best Actress in a Motion Picture Drama, the nominees are Angelina Jolie for Maria, Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here, Kate Winslet for Lee, Nicole Kidman for Baby Girl, Pamela Anderson for The Last Showgirl, and Tilda Swinton for The Room Next Door. What's interesting about this category is that none of these films are up for Best Film Drama, so none of the actresses here have a leg up in that way. But I decided to go with Fernanda Torres for this category. The Golden Globes are an international body, and I feel like I'm Still Here has been an extremely well-liked and well-respected film among international audiences and critics. And from what I've heard from those who have seen the movie, really, really love it, especially Fernanda Torres' excellent performance. And we know that the Golden Globe members have seen it since they nominated it for Best International Feature. I also feel like this win would be reminiscent of Isabelle Huppert's win back in 2017 for Elle, another international foreign language performance. Excellent performance, ended up getting an Oscar nomination. So for me right now, I'm picking Fernanda Torres. I would definitely watch out for Kidman or Jolie. They are the A-list celebrities that people love to reward, and they both gave iconic performances in Baby Girl and Maria. The reason I went with Torres over them is that Baby Girl and Maria don't have any other nominations anywhere at the Golden Globes, whereas at least I'm Still Here has the film not in the English language nomination. So I feel like Baby Girl and Maria have less support than I'm Still Here. And so I'm sticking with Fernanda Torres. I'm not super confident in it, but I'm going with my gut, and I'm hoping that that prediction is right. For Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy, the nominees are A Real Pain, Anora, Challengers, Emilia Perez, The Substance, and Wicked. We have a stacked lineup for musical or comedy this year. I had such a hard time figuring out which film I thought might win this category, but I ended up going with Anora. It is such an incredible film. It's been winning so many critics awards for Best Picture, among other categories, and so I have no reason to doubt that it will lose its momentum here. In second place, I would say, is Emilia Perez. It got a whopping 10 nominations here at the Golden Globes, so we know that they love this film, but I think back to Barbie last year getting 9 nominations more than any other film that year, and it still didn't win this category. So just because a film gets a lot of nominations doesn't mean it's going to win all those nominations. It can happen sometimes, but not always. So I wouldn't be surprised if Emilia Perez lost here and maybe just won a few other categories. Wicked and The Substance have very far outside shots of winning. Those films are vastly well liked by their fans. But I still think that Anora is going to take this one. For Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy, the nominees are Gabriel LaBelle for Saturday Night, Glenn Powell for Hitman, Hugh Grant for Heretic, Jesse Eisenberg for A Real Pain, Jesse Plemons for Kinds of Kindness, and Sebastian Stan for A Different Man. For this category, I am predicting Jesse Eisenberg. I had a hard time predicting a number one choice for this category. The reason I went with Eisenberg, besides the fact that he gave a beautiful and heartfelt performance, is that A Real Pain is the only film here up for Best Film, Musical, or Comedy. It has 4 nominations altogether at the Golden Globes, including Screenplay, which is another nomination for Eisenberg. I think that they'll want to reward him somewhere, and I think it is more likely that he'll win here than in Screenplay. I think Powell, Stan, or Grant could end up upsetting this category. They all gave standout performances in their films. But without any other nominations for those movies, it's hard for me to predict any of them to win. So that's why I'm going to stick with Eisenberg. For Best Actress in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy, the nominees are Amy Adams for Night Bitch, Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, Demi Moore for The Substance, Carla Sofia Gascon for Emilia Perez, Mikey Madison for Anora, and Zendaya for Challengers. My prediction for this category is Mikey Madison for Anora. Mikey Madison has been in first place in this category and in the overall odds for the Oscars for Best Actress for a long time. And she has yet to lose any steam. She has won so many critics awards. Her performance in Anora was unbelievable. And if I have Anora for Best Film, Musical, or Comedy, then of course I'm going to have her predicted for Best Actress too. This is the strongest lineup for this category in a long time, in my opinion. I think there is definitely a chance that Erivo, Moore, or Gascon could upset. And frankly, I would love to see any of them upset. I think it would make for a much more interesting race for the Oscars. But at this time, I have no reason to doubt Mikey Madison, so I'm confidently sticking with her. For Best Supporting Actor in a Motion Picture, the nominees are Denzel Washington for Gladiator 2, Edward Norton for A Complete Unknown, Guy Pearce for The Brutalist, Jeremy Strong for The Apprentice, Kieran Culkin for A Real Pain, and Yura Borisov for Anora. For this category, I'm predicting Kieran Culkin to win. He's been sweeping critics awards. He's having such a moment right now, hot off of Succession. The Globes liked A Real Pain, so it would make sense that he would continue his hot streak by winning here. Sort of reminding me of Da'Vine Joy Randolph's trajectory last year, winning all those critics awards and then continuing to win televised awards all the way up into the Oscars. Definitely could happen for Kieran Culkin. I do think veteran actors Guy Pearce and Edward Norton have a chance to sneak in and win here. I remember in 2018, Willem Dafoe had been winning many critics awards like Culkin has, and he was heavily favorited to win at the Golden Globes for The Florida Project. And then he ended up losing to Sam Rockwell for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, which was the stronger film that year. And so I think Pearce or Norton could upset in that way. I think The Brutalist and A Complete Unknown are a little bit higher up on the list than A Real Pain in terms of ultimately getting a Best Picture nomination, in my opinion, right now. But I'm holding out hope for Kieran Culkin. I feel like A Real Pain is definitely a stronger film than The Florida Project ever was. in terms of its awards chances. So I do have faith that Kieran will take this in the end. For Best Supporting Actress in a Motion Picture, the nominees are Ariana Grande for Wicked, Felicity Jones for The Brutalist, Isabella Rossellini for Conclave, Margaret Qualley for The Substance, Selena Gomez for Emilia Perez, and Zoe Saldana for Emilia Perez. For this category, I'm predicting Zoe Saldana for Emilia Perez. This is a really, really, really close race between her and Ariana Grande. They both gave impeccable musical performances. I just feel like I have to give the edge to Zoe Saldana because Emilia Perez got 6 more nominations than Wicked did. And I feel like this category is one of the places where they can reward Emilia Perez. Saldana has been in first place in this category for a long time. And she's been delivering consistently solid work in the industry for more than 2 decades. So I think that she's going to be the one to win this category on Sunday. For Best Director, the nominees are Brady Corbet for The Brutalist, Coralie Farge for The Substance, Edward Berger for Conclave, Jacques Audiard for Emilia Perez, Payal Kapadia for All We Imagine As Light, and Sean Baker for Anora. My prediction for this category is Brady Corbet. Like I said before, I haven't seen The Brutalist yet, but from what I have seen and heard, this film is a directorial achievement for Brady Corbet. I have the film predicted to win Best Film Drama, so I could definitely see a big award like director being rewarded to The Brutalist as well. For Best Screenplay, the nominees are The Brutalist, The Substance, Emilia Perez, A Real Pain, Conclave, and Anora. For this category, I'm predicting Anora. Anora's screenplay was close to perfection. Not only was it absurdly hilarious, there was so much dialogue and it never missed a beat. I think Sean Baker absolutely deserves to be recognized for this script, and that's why I'm predicting him here. For Best Original Score, the nominees are Emilia Perez, The Brutalist, Dune Part 2, The Wild Robot, Challengers, and Conclave. My prediction for this category is The Brutalist. From what I've heard from this score, from the trailers, it is quite moving. I could see it being incorporated and fitting in that film very well. I've heard experts praising that score. It seems like everybody's predicting to win. So for now, that's good enough for me to predict it to win as well. For Best Original Song, the nominees are Beautiful That Way from The Last Showgirl, Compress Repress from Challengers, El Mal from Emilia Perez, Forbidden Road from Better Man, Kiss the Sky from The Wild Robot, and Mi Camino from Emilia Perez. My prediction for this category is El Mal from Emilia Perez. Jacques Audiard is a co-writer of this song, and so I feel like El Mal winning this category is a way for the Golden Globes to recognize him and give him an award if he doesn't win anywhere else. It was also a phenomenal song and an amazing scene, one of the most memorable scenes in the movie. The song is performed by Zoe Saldana, definitely one of her best scenes. And I think it won't have a problem overcoming vote splitting because last year Barbie won this category for What Was I Made For, overcoming vote splitting from 2 other internal competitions with Dance the Night and I'm Just Ken. So I definitely think that El Mal can overcome that vote splitting with Mi Camino. So for all those reasons, I feel confident predicting El Mal to win this category. For Best Motion Picture Non-English Language, the nominees are All We Imagine As Light, Emilia Perez, I'm Still Here, The Girl with the Needle, The Seed of the Sacred Fig, and Vermilion. For this category, I'm predicting Emilia Perez. This seems like a no-brainer. Emilia Perez received 10 nominations. None of the other films got more than 2 nominations total, and none of the other films got recognized in either Best Film category. So to me, all signs point to Emilia Perez. So that is what I'm predicting. For Best Motion Picture Animated, the nominees are Flow, Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail, Moana 2, The Wild Robot, and Wallace and Gromit: Vengeance Most Foul. For this category, I'm predicting The Wild Robot. The Wild Robot was such an excellent film. It did very well at the box office when it came out in the fall. It is pretty universally loved, not to mention it got 4 Golden Globe nominations, more than any other animated film this year. I think it definitely has some competition with Inside Out 2. That movie was also a major box office success. But I feel like that movie came out so long ago, it's much more in the past, and I think that will serve to its disadvantage this awards season. I'm also keeping an eye out for Flow. I feel like that's been performing very well. and getting a lot more awards love lately. So I could see that upsetting, but I feel confident in predicting The Wild Robot. And lastly, for cinematic and box office achievement, the nominees are Alien Romulus, Beetlejuice, Deadpool and Wolverine, Gladiator 2, Inside Out 2, The Wild Robot, Twisters, and Wicked. For this category, I'm predicting Wicked. I have no doubt that Wicked will win this category. That movie was everywhere. It was such a moment when it came out. I feel extremely good about this winning this category. It's definitely giving Barbie vibes, which won this category last year. So congrats to Wicked on your Cinematic and Box Office Achievement Golden Globe Award. Thank you all so much for tuning into my predictions for the 2025 Golden Globe Awards. I'm so pumped to be back here making videos for this award season. Stay tuned for more. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And tune in to the Golden Globes on Sunday, January 5th. You can find them on CBS or Paramount Plus at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you next time on the Awards Gambit.